The Bahamas, located in North America, stands as a renowned global tourist destination. Its stunning beauty captivates visitors, yet the presence of sharks in its waters demands caution. This is the horrifying story of Jordan Lindsey, immersed in a snorkeling adventure with her family on Rose Island, only to face a sudden onslaught from a group of menacing sharks. Welcome to Haus of the Wild. On this Wednesday, they were marking the third day of their vacation in the Bahamas. A dream come true for these tourists. The Bahamas, unlike many other destinations, lived up to its media portrayal. It was just as stunning and exciting as they had heard. Jordan and her family eagerly welcomed the day as the sunrise graced them with its presence. Their schedule was packed with activities, and with the beautiful sandy beaches and the presence of family and Jordan's girlfriend, Gianna, they were living the dream. Jordan, a 21-year-old student of communications at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, had her heart set on making the most of this trip. Gianna, who was also studying communications, had a day full of activities ahead. As the clock neared 12 p.m., the family wrapped up their morning adventures, ready to savor the scenery. However, an impulsive decision changed the course of their day. Spying the sandy toes at the beach, the family decided to embark on a last-minute day trip to Rose Island. This 6-hour adventure included a boat cruise, snorkeling, and the chance to interact with swimming pigs, an enticing prospect for Jordan, who had a deep love for nature and animals. Although the trip was fully booked for the day, Michael, Jordan's father, managed to persuade the tour company to make room for them. They eagerly made their way to Paradise Island Ferry Terminal, ready to board the ferry that would transport them to Rose Island. Little did they know that their lives were about to take a tragic turn. The family followed their guide, preparing for the snorkeling adventure. However, Michael, the two brothers, Jordan's sister, and Gianna had a change of heart and decided to spend their afternoon leisurely by the beach, admiring the ocean's beauty. Jordan and Cami, on the other hand, were determined to experience the full snorkeling adventure. They'd reached a consensus. They would rendezvous with Michael and the others by the beach later, as the snorkeling spot was not too far away. As they parted ways, Michael kissed Jordan on the forehead and said, "I'll see you later, Jordan." She waved her hand as she walked with Cami toward the snorkeling spot. Little did they know that this would be the last time they would see Jordan alive. Jordan and Cami walked with the guide along a trail that led to the snorkeling spot, reflecting on life as they strolled. The trail was adorned with green vegetation and exotic birds like peacocks. Benches, locker rooms, and bathrooms were scattered along the way for the convenience of tourists. At the snorkeling spot, Jordan and Cami donned their wetsuits, ready for the underwater adventure. Jordan was thrilled at the prospect of encountering marine life beneath the surface. As they entered the water, the sunlight re-emerged, illuminating the captivating coral reefs below. Cami was equally engrossed in her underwater exploration. Tragedy struck as Jordan continued her underwater exploration. Cami surfaced and heard Jordan cry out for her, yelling, "Mom." Cami initially thought Jordan had spotted a school of dolphins, but as she looked closer, a sense of foreboding gripped her. It was a feeling no mother ever wants to experience. A school of sharks had suddenly surrounded Jordan. Cami's maternal instincts kicked in, and she yelled at Jordan to swim towards her, but it was futile. The sharks pounced on Jordan, biting her relentlessly. Jordan fought desperately, but the water was already stained with blood, and the sharks had gone into a frenzy. Jordan's screams pierced the air, prompting Cami to swim closer. However, Jordan was severely injured, with her right arm bitten off by a shark. Undeterred by the danger, Cami swam to her daughter, fending off the attacking sharks with all her might. As they reached a nearby rock, Jordan warned Cami of another approaching shark. It struck like a freight train, tearing into Jordan's lower leg. Cami continued to fight off the sharks, finally reaching the safety of the rock and calling for help. A nearby snorkeling tour boat rushed to their aid, while Michael and the rest of the family were still petting pigs by the beachside. They were informed about the shark attack in the snorkeling area. Jordan was swiftly taken to the hospital by an ambulance, but it was already too late. Jordan succumbed to her injuries. When Michael and the rest of the family arrived at the hospital, their daughter was gone. In the months that followed, they criticized the tour company for lacking proper protocols for shark attacks. There was no staff or boat present to remove the sharks during the attack, and the boat that transported Jordan to the hospital had no medical supplies or even basic first aid. The Lindseys have called for better safety measures to prevent future tragedies. Michael, in recent interviews, revealed that Cammie remains traumatized by the incident, as she witnessed her daughter's tragic final moments in her arms.
I remember kissing her on the forehead, and that's the last time I seen her. I just kissed her on the forehead and said, I'll see you later, Jordan.
When you first learned that something was wrong, what did you hear? Did you hear people shouting, shark?
No, nothing like that. We were on the other side, like I said, petting the pigs, and then someone said, oh yeah, this teenage girl got bit by a shark, and I took off.
Cammie and Jordan are alone in the water, surrounded by sharks.
Cammie said she heard Jordan yell, like, Mom, and then Cammie looked back, and her first thing was she thought dolphins were around Jordan, and then she realized, like, right away, like Jordan's like was screaming, Mom, and then so Cammie turned around and started swimming to Jordan, and she's yelling, Jordan, come swim to me, and then like Jordan's not swimming so good, and then Cammie realized the first shark took like most of her right arm off, and that's why she couldn't swim with her. She was trying to swim with one arm.
Was anyone screaming, according to your wife, shark, get out of the water?
No one was saying anything like that. They were just like saying, swim towards us, swim towards us.
Cammie tries pulling Jordan to safety when a second shark attacks.
They're swimming slowly, and then Jordan said, Mom, there's another shark coming. And then it just hit the second shark, or the second shark hit again, like on her lower leg, and just took a giant chunk out of her, and then that's the last thing like Jordan said. And
Cammie tries fighting back to no avail.
she tried to like hit it in the nose, but she said the shark was so big it didn't even feel her. They put the towels over her leg probably because they didn't, like, no tourniquet. They didn't know these guys didn't.
There was no tourniquet,
no
nothing. There was no first aid kit.
No first aid kit.
And your daughter, at that moment, was still alive.
She was
on
still,
the boat.
Yeah, I walked in, and then they said, your daughter's gone.
Did anyone in the tour group say, look out for sharks, there could be sharks?
No one mentioned anything.
How was Cammie doing?
She's seen her poor daughter die in her arms, and it's crazy. And Cammie has, like, she doesn't like the nights because, like, when she closes her eyes, she's back in that water again.
She was really smart. She had the biggest heart. She cared a lot about me and her family. She'd always worry about all of us, and she probably worried about us more than she worried about herself.
She was my little guardian angel. She took care of me. Like, still every night I cry.
What would you like to see every tour company put in place?
Definitely have some kind of medical training for everyone, from the captain all the way down to the deckhands. Everyone should know like what to do in case there is some kind of big tragedy like that, and then have the supplies to stop bleeding. There could be so much different stuff done that could have prevented this. We would feel so horrible if another person died after Jordan because we didn't say anything.